Hey travelers, Mag and I here on day 170 of our trip around the United States. Today is a little bit different than most of the other days in the plan. Today is a cutout day. What do I mean by a cutout day? Well, it wasn't a day that was originally planned at all. When I finished planning my route across the country and had all the counties and DeLorme pages checked off, then, and only then, did I begin to reach out to the COs for each of the county and DeLorme challenges to express my intent to complete their challenges with the hopes of being able to find the finals along the way. Most of the finals ended up being along my route. Arkansas was not that way. I had never intended to come anywhere near this area on my original route because we'd already geocached through Arkansas in this area and we'd done everything of interest we wanted to do, including visiting the Capitol building. But knowing that the finals were here and knowing that it was too many miles to take on with what I already had, I inserted an extra day into the route so that we could explore Little Rock one more time. For today's route, we have 200 miles. From here in Little Rock, we're gonna go a little west of the city, and then we're gonna push up all the way to Searcy. That is the major part of our miles from the day. Once we finish up with that, we'll come back down and we'll finish up the last few counties and pages that we have remaining to complete the state. We're gonna start off by taking a tour around the Capitol building grounds. From there, we're gonna hike our way out through the County Challenge Final, grab some geocaches in Little Rock, and by early afternoon, we'll be pushing our way out to the DeLorme Challenge Final. Let's see what today has in store. Come on, let's go.
Welcome to the big city of Little Rock, Arkansas. And with a population of over 200,000 people, this is the most populated city in the state. The Arkansas State Capitol building sits at the top of Capitol Hill at the eastern end of the Capitol Mall and is the home of the Arkansas General Assembly and the seat of the Arkansas state government. The Capitol building was built on the site of the state penitentiary and the prisoners helped in the construction, taking 16 years from 1899 to 1915. The Capitol grounds has numerous monuments and memorials representing various parts of the state's past and present. Our journey begins at the Arkansas Fallen Firefighters Memorial, which was dedicated on March 22nd of 2014. During warmer months, you can also look forward to seeing the fountains spraying out of the fire hose nozzle. On the walk toward the Capitol building from the Fallen Firefighters Memorial, you can look forward to seeing the Granite Mountain Boulder, the Bauxite Boulder, and the Ten Commandments. I found this last one to be particularly interesting because immediately afterwards I met some folks from the Freedom from Religion Foundation installing this display on the courthouse grounds. It seems that they may have a long uphill battle ahead given that Arkansas is in the heart of the Bible Belt region. Scattered throughout the rest of the historical monuments around the grounds, you will find many different kinds of veterans memorials. One of the newest additions is the Gold Star Families Memorial Monument, dedicated on September 28th of 2019. On the opposite side of the building, you can find the Confederate Soldiers Monument, which is the oldest on the grounds, erected in 1905. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial honors the service of the men and women who were drafted and volunteered to fight in the Vietnam War from 1954 to 1975. With 1 in 10 American soldiers wounded or killed, this war's impact resonates through generations still today. My personal favorite of the military tributes was the Arkansas Medal of Honor Monument. This distinguished honor roll includes only a few thousand of the millions of men and women who have served this country in times of war. In Arkansas's history, there have only been 29 known recipients to receive this incredible honor. The plaques encircling the eagle in the center bear the names, faces, and a brief history of many of those recipients, including several who were awarded posthumously after being killed in action. The eternal flame burns nearby, day and night, wind or shine, symbolizing an eternal soul for those who have served and died in times of war. It is great to see the many memorials around the courthouse grounds that honor all those who have given to their fellow man, not just our soldiers and sailors, but also our firefighters and law enforcement officers. When time has passed, as the family grieves, we will remember each one of these. Our fallen heroes named on this wall, chosen ones who gave their all. We will remember the sacrifice made when at last at rest they are laid, lest we forget their names one day when they are gone and passed away. There is so much history to see and experience here on the grounds of Little Rock. I am so very grateful to have had the opportunity to come once again and visit the Capitol building grounds. Having spent the entirety of our morning walking around the Capitol, it was finally time to do what we came here to do and go track down the DeLorme Challenge Final. Ai-chan was already pretty tired from our long walk, but I didn't let her settle down for her afternoon nap just yet. Together, we hit the trails in pursuit of one last find before I let the dog retire and catch some much-needed rest. Although she was a little hesitant to get out of the car again so soon, once we hit the trails and she got all of the smells of the woods, she was more than happy to join me on this little jaunt. And thank goodness she was with me, because she helped me to quickly sniff out the hiding place for the DeLorme Challenge Final. Geocaching is always better with friends, whether those friends are on 2 legs or 4. And it's just nice to find a physical geocache today after spending so much time walking around in pursuit of a virtual. I had so much fun, in fact, adding my name to a logbook that I went ahead and decided to do it a few more times, tracking down some of the challenges located around town. Then we were off to our very last stop in the city before hitting the road, the Arkansas Korean War Veterans Memorial. Located within MacArthur Park, this memorial is a reminder for future generations of Korean War veterans, their proud and dedicated service, the legacy they continued, and the freedom they upheld. The names of 461 Arkansas service members killed in the Korean War are listed on these beautiful black granite panels. On the back of each panel, you can also find interesting and informative information concerning the Korean War. What makes this memorial particularly unique is that most of the money for the construction came from the Republic of Korea to honor the veterans that fought and died for their freedom. The quote from President Calvin Coolidge expresses the importance of memorials just like this: "The nation which forgets its defenders will itself be forgotten, and may we never forget."
Well, this really was a good time touring around Little Rock today. We got to start things off at the Capitol building, do some challenges moving our way around town, and finish things off here at the Korean War Veterans Memorial. But now it's time to get back on the road and finish up the other challenge we need to ensure we complete the state by the end of the day. Here we go.
On the long drive up to Searcy and back again, Ai-chan finally got the nap that she had been hoping for all morning long. Even without her keen sense of smell to guide the way, I was able to make my way through the woods and track down the find that I needed to claim completion of the county challenge for the state.
All right, we've got the Arkansas DeLorme Challenge done, and we have the Arkansas County Challenge Final in hand. Just a few more counties, and we can call this state complete before we head on into Mississippi.
This was an odd geocaching day for us, as almost all of our geocaching happened in one block in Little Rock. Once we got on the road, we were pretty much driving for the better part of the day from there. We enjoyed getting to see several unique murals and the beautiful views out over the fields as we progressed toward our last stop of the day. By the time we reached the city of Lonoke, the county seat of Lonoke, with a population of around 4,000, the sun was already beginning to go down. We quickly made our way to the county courthouse to be able to tour the monuments and memorials scattered around the grounds before we lost our light. The naming of this town has kind of a funny history. According to local legend, the town was named for a large red oak tree that was found while trees were being chopped down in order to build houses. Although the official name of the city was to be Lonoke, a misprint in the local newspaper named it as Lonoke. Eventually, that misspelling became further misspelled as Lonoke. Kind of funny if that's actually what happened.
All right, travelers, that is going to do it for our day. We've made it to the Lonoke County Courthouse, and this is about as far as our sunlight for the day is going to carry us. Now, I know it doesn't seem like this is all that far outside of Little Rock, and that's because it isn't. The detour going up to Searcy and then coming back down was half of our miles and a couple of hours out of our day to make sure that we got that county challenge final. But it was important, and it was well worth the time. From here, we've got a little less than 100 miles left to close out our day, and it is a straight shot from here. We're going to be heading east directly to the edge of the state and ending our day in Helena with our last finds. When we wake up tomorrow, we will be starting into Mississippi. But for now, We will be working through the night to ensure that we have the last handful of finds that we need to count the counties and the pages complete for the state of Arkansas. This has been a fantastic tour of the state, which started with San Ferric a couple of weeks ago as we got to tour the northeast and northwest portions of the state, and coming back through the south end, it has still been quite a bit of fun. I'm really glad that we got to wrap things up with a trip into Little Rock, because even though I've already been to the Capitol before this, I will never pass up the opportunity to tour a Capitol building. And it was a good time. We really enjoyed walking the grounds and seeing all the different memorials and monuments they had, and I hope you did as well. Like this video, subscribe to stay tuned for daily updates, and we'll see you out on the trails.